We're not going to blame it on too many people tonight. We're going to blame it on the alcohol tonight, baby. Welcome inside the Quiet Storm. Pour yourself a nice glass of something or whatever makes you feel happy. And I know you just came off the weekend, but you know what? It's no pun, no harm intended if you pour yourself a good glass of wine, as I have decided to do tonight, and share it with company. Welcome inside the comfortable time of your night, the comfortable time of where we need to just kind of chill and just put everything behind us. That's, of course, Miss Chrisette Michele, who just so happens to be by my side tonight. So it's good to see you, my friend.
It's good to see you also.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Let's toast to a strong black woman,
Amen.
as you are.
Yes.
And Doug is with us tonight. We're going to toast to him as well. So, Doug, we are having fun tonight inside the Quiet Storm. We're going to talk about a few things tonight.
Yeah.
But how's life been for you?
It's good. I literally just got in from Nevada today.
Wow.
So we were far away. We got to go see Tyler Perry's Boo yesterday, finally. It was supposed to happen around Halloween.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
But I've been good. It's been a crazy year. January started off with oh my goodness. A lot of crazy in between, and then a lot of healing after, and then a lot of writing. So.
Yeah, there's so many. Chrisette, there's so many questions I got to scratch the surface on tonight, because you took a lot of flack, and obviously you've been all over a lot of social media articles based on what's happened since January.
Right.
So my question is, right out the gate, you sang at the inauguration for Trump. Did you hear about Jennifer Holliday?
Yeah, I heard about a lot of people.
Okay.
2 Chainz, Jennifer Holliday,
Right.
myself, and I knew what my intention was. So I didn't get a chance to ask 2 Chainz or Jennifer Holliday why they, considered it. But my reason for the consideration was because I knew that the country was broken, and I knew that we were broken, and I knew that historically I'm somebody who kind of goes into places where people are hurting. I say it all the time, to Iraq and to places where there's war, or to places where the streets are crying. And I sing. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like what I do. Mm-hmm. And, I decided, I'm going to go here, I'm going to sing a gospel song with one of my favorite gospel artists. And hopefully we can let people know that there's still hope after this. We don't know what this all means. We don't support Trump. We didn't vote for him. But as Christians, a part of what we do is say, we're going to make it through this.
Yeah, I think because so many people who did the homework knew of his background.
Of course.
Especially, there was an incident that Ava DuVernay hasn't come out with. There's a project called the Central Park 5 that she's about to release soon. And it really reflects a piece of what he wanted to happen to those kids, which never happened. And he never apologized to them. But he took a huge ad out in the New York Times back in the time when it came out. And they were basically accused of raping a woman, and they never raped a woman. And they spent all these years in prison, and then they found that they were all acquitted, obviously. But that was one of many situations that people have heard about his past, and then what we heard when the pre-campaign went on.
Sure.
And then when he got to the level where he was going to go to, we're like, oh, wow.
Yeah, no, it was jarring. I think that's the only word I can, use to describe even the feeling when he got into office. It was kind of like one of those moments where you feel all of a sudden everybody be depressed, including yourself. You feel more than at a loss for words. You feel isolated. Like, can I even live here? Do you know what I mean? I've kind of joked, but kind of serious with some of my friends who live overseas, and I'm like, sis, you got room in your house? Because I don't even know where I fit in here.
We're talking about the things, baby, the things that you've been reading about, Chrisette, whether it's been on social media, whether it's been in some trade magazines, whatever the case may be. But you are definitely a strong black woman, which is the title of a forthcoming song.
Thank you.
That you have penned. In reflecting on what we had just talked about, though, in life, I think we all go through lessons.
Yeah.
We don't know why we are put to these tasks. We don't know what tests they ultimately measure up to. What did you get from this moment?
I got from this that sometimes, my mother always said, Chrissy, it's not enough to have good intentions. And that always hurt my feelings because I could buy her roses and she'd be like, I'm allergic to flowers. So just because you have something that you feel like needs to be said, and just because you have intentions to better a situation, sometimes you have to think about what time you say it, how you say it, when you say it, where you say it. So it's a good thing to say, we're going to get through this. It's a good thing to say, count on Jesus. He's keep praying, keep hoping, keep dreaming, keep pushing. But that was a tender place to sing it.
Yeah.
It was a tender spot. It was a tender time. And, sometimes as Christians, we can get real haughty. When we want to say, God's going to work it out, we going to say it at the funeral. You ever go to a funeral and it's a really uncomfortable, sad, broken time.
It is.
And you got that old lady singing that upbeat praise and worship song. It's like, Granny, it's not the time. That might have been what it was. So I learned that, even if I have something to say, if it hurts somebody, it's okay to say I'm sorry. If it hurts somebody truly, because there are a lot of people who are just mean, but there are some people who are really broken over my decision. There are some black women who counted on me for a lot of things as a songstress, and when they saw me on that stage, maybe they didn't even hear what I said. It was, but Chris, you're supposed to have my back.
Gotcha.
And in that moment, I had to say I'm sorry.
In a few weeks, in under a month, you'll be celebrating another birthday.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Now, what's the plans for the birthday?
You know what I really want to do?
Please tell
I've
me.
been working at this dance school once a week. We've been on tour for 6 weeks, and every week I get to be home on Tuesday, and I get to hang out with these kids between the ages of 6 and like 15.
Okay.
And then I teach a choir. And then I teach yoga there also. I do this all on Tuesdays, right? Not a plug. I'm not even telling y'all where it's at. I want to go there. I want them to cook me lasagna and a cake, and I just want to do African dance, like have a Fela Kuti party with all the kids.
A Fela Kuti.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Just something regular.
So, okay. All right. So wait, you do African dance? Do you teach them dance?
Well, they teach me. I teach them song and yoga.
Okay.
But they teach us African
Wow.
dance. I wouldn't say that I'm great,
but
it's
close
so
to
liberating, to just have my whole family there.
Well, that would be hot. That would be different.
Originally, I wanted to do this strong black women party here in the city, but I was like, you know what? I've been through a lot this year.
Yeah.
I just want my family to just make me a cake.
Is that much to ask? That's not much to ask.
I don't think so.
No, I think that would be great. And you know what? It's nothing like the holidays to bring family close together. And when that happens, the requirement is everyone has to put their phones in a basket before they come in.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Right?
My mother would never. Are you kidding? My mom commands your attention. You don't really get to think about something else
like
when
that,
my mother's in the room. No, yeah, she is the television.
She is the foundation of how you became the strong black woman that you are today.
Oh, she's incredible. Absolutely.
And I'm sure a grandma is involved. I'm sure an auntie is involved. I'm sure your infrastructure is there
grateful.
and strong. So before we get into the song, Strong Black Woman, tell me what led you, which I could possibly understand, for you to come up with this song.
I mean, well, besides everything that kind of happened at me, there were a lot of people who, like I said, I hurt, and I. It's one thing to apologize, and I apologize, but it's another thing to say it with your art as an artist. Do you know? And at first, I was gonna come out with a song that was kind of like, this is what I've been through, and this is why it hurts. But instead, I wanted to say to all of the women who have supported me over the years, because there are a lot, and when you say I'm sorry, sometimes people forgive you, and then sometimes people don't.
Yeah.
I wanted the people who said, yo, Chris, I'm still rocking with you. I wanted them to have something to sing. And I look at them and I say, strong black women. These are women who have been through stuff, know how to forgive each other, know how to hold another sister up. I'm doing a strong black salute on all of my social media just to celebrate strong black women. So I really just wanted to take out a moment to celebrate the women who have lifted me up through this time.
Black women have been and still are some of the most resistant creatures on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
Dynamic forces. Without women, you women, we would not have life in this world. So I salute every strong black woman, including yourself.
Thank you.
I know you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
You are now woke.
It's tough for me to say that I wasn't awake. You got this kid who, has been at the Democratic National Conventions since she's been able to, and supporting great people since she's been able to. You've got this girl who has been involved with the NAACP since she's been able to. You've got this girl who's been at the Congressional Black Caucus to support Obama and be with Hillary since she's been able to. I've been to the White House for the Obama administration. I've shared time with Michelle Obama in personal moments. Mm-hmm. So I've spoken with mayors and congressmen since I've been able to, since I've started traveling. I've been giving back to schools and colleges since I've been able to. Again, I know that my intention was to sing about hope. I made a mistake and hurt people. That doesn't mean I was asleep. It means I made a mistake.
Miss Chrisette Michele in our company tonight inside the Quiet Storm. Lady Green holding you down. We got the rich hipster. Yeah, she is dynamic, Grammy-nominated, Grammy Award-winning, wonderful songstress. I assume that Strong Black Woman is going to be on a forthcoming album, but in twisting that around, the label dropped you after this, or in the midst of this ordeal. Mm-hmm. And what happens to an artist? You recorded the music for the album. The album, I assume, was probably 90% filled.
100%.
100% done. So what happens to an artist's music when something like this happens?
I have a university where we kind of talk about the intricacies of running a label. I've been running a label for years. So I have my own record label. My record label was signed to a distribution deal through the company Capital. Caroline Records, right? And so I was released from my distribution deal. In 2017, you can still distribute music yourself, mm-hmm. but it was exciting to have such great backing by such a legendary, group of people. So what happens essentially is, you don't have to now hand your album into someone for approval, mm-hmm. and get this kind of an advance that comes with that so that they can now go out and distribute your album. Now you approve it yourself and you take money out of your pocket and distribute your album yourself.
Okay, so, but Chrisette Michele, at this stage of the game in her life, mm-hmm. can definitely do this totally independent.
I gotta say that I'm so grateful to Def Jam, who literally taught me and my fiance so much of what we know now. Because yes, I can do that. But in that moment where it's the first hour of independence. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say what I'm really thinking. But, when you got your certificate.
I got you.
And it's just like, freedom, is it okay to be free? I can say whatever I want to say.
Yeah, you can.
I can color it however I want to color it. I can tell whatever truth I want. It took me a minute to get to that point.
And it lies all on you.
And the scary part is it now lies all on me.
Sure.
Which is why I like my fiance a lot, because he likes that kind of a challenge. I just want to sing.
Hey, look. That's the gift that you've had.
Yeah.
Before we let her get out of here, we're going to squeeze her for a wonderful topic of conversation for us to engage in. So you need to get together with your partner in crime. And
is it okay if I just say what I'm thinking?
Well, no, I'm going to let you think on that.
Okay.
We'll come back. Chrisette Michele with us inside the Quiet Storm, baby. Pour a glass of wine for your boo-boo tonight. And before we let Miss Chrisette Michele get out of here tonight, she brought us an interesting topic tonight. I don't know what made you come up with this. Her fiance Doug is in the building with us, and only he just smiles. So that should say a lot about this topic. The topic is, no, you read the topic.
If love has to be made, whose job is it, the man or the woman?
And you say?
I'm torn. I start off by saying the man, But it is a powerful thing to be in charge.
Oh,
I'ma
for
just
the
be
woman to be in
honest.
charge.
It's like
You're a controller.
I'm a control freak. Who told you? Oh,
a
my
controller.
God. Here we go.
I'm sorry, Doug. I'm sorry.
I've been running things for a long time. The lights go out.
Wow.
I turn to my other self.
So wait, hold on. Well, hold on now. You have to. I mean, you can't
It's time.
You can't strap the man down.
Turn them things out.
You can't calm down, Chrisette. Calm down. So, ladies, fellas, if love has to be made, whose job is it, the man or the woman, to kind of stir things up? I think it's the man's job. Now unless you're a controller like Chrisette is.
My mother.
So you're gonna blame it on your mama?
That's her fault.
Your mama's not here to defend her, so that's not right.
So, call my dad.
So look, call us up and talk to us tonight. If love has to be made, whose job is it, the man or the woman? What do you say, fellas? Don't be shy on this tonight. Doug, before we let you go, Doug, what do you say? Well, I guess you have nothing. You better say that, because she's like, you get in the car, you're going to find out
who's in charge.
Who's in charge now. Hey, Chrisette, thanks for coming by tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Hope to see you again. And I had a great time cruising with you, Lovebirds. The Capitol Jazz cruise was in September this year. And boom, who was on it? Chrisette Michele and her boo. So you guys had a chance to really kind of enjoy yourselves and relax and enjoy life. And that's my mission to both of you, to with as much success and happiness that comes your way, to sit down and enjoy the benefits, enjoy the flowers that you guys have created, and enjoy life, treasure the moments, because you never get them back again. And happy birthday to you, Doug. Your birthday is this Friday. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Doug, you're in trouble on your birthday. That's what we're saying. You're in trouble every night. I feel sorry for Doug.
I'm grown now.
Oh, man. Hey, just turn on the Quiet Storm, Lovebirds, okay? That's all you got to do. Call me up.